What's good, y'all? Dr. Evil Genius.
Captain Paul, what's going on?
Hey, man, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world.
Yeah, that's to say the least. To say the least.
And the craziest thing among them is that we have this goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of December this year. So how can we get the viewers' help in reaching that goal?
Well, if you enjoy these type of videos, you can hit that big old subscribe button down below. And then also liking and commenting helps us a lot, and the algorithm kind of gets us out there. I mean, those would be the main things to help us out.
Yep. So let's get into the subject at hand. So we covered the initial invasion of Ukraine by the Russian military.
Correct.
And we had a bunch of different, layperson ideas of, why it was happening and what we expected to happen. Of course, we're
right.
Two dudes talking shit, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't come here for an education.
I mean, you might get a little educated.
Maybe a little educated. A little bit.
Maybe.
A little bit.
But we have seen this play out over the last 9 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I think things have gotten pretty fucking complicated, especially, we being Americans and seeing how much money the Biden administration has dumped into funding this military operation that Ukraine is undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
So it appears things are very, very complicated. Okay? According to Ivan Kachanovsky, CNN and Sky News journalists stripped of their accreditation for reporting from Kherson. Now, it's not like they were stripped because they did something wrong.
Right.
They were stripped because they did their jobs. And according to Ivan here, they were caught catching some footage that I don't know. Maybe maybe they didn't really want to have being shown. CNN accidentally filming and broadcasting fascist salute.
Yep.
During rally with far right chants in Kherson might actually be the reason for their film crew accreditation being canceled in Ukraine. Now, they weren't just canceled in Kherson. They were canceled by... Look at this shit. Look at this.
That's wild. Isn't that wild? Like, think about that.
Look at that arm. Look at that arm. Look at that strong arm, man.
Supporters just say he's stretching. So, but that's crazy.
Photo published by CNN also shows apparent fascist-style hand salute by his associate. It's consistent with far-right slogans chanted then during March in Kherson. Ukrainian neo-Nazis are mainstream. But this doesn't make Ukraine Nazi.
Wait a minute.
As Russia.
Okay,
claims.
listen. Okay. I got a pretty good take on this because I've kind of gone into research the Azov Battalion and how they were absorbed into the Ukrainian military, right? And the biggest problem I've had in this throughout this all is I see idiots, right, literally across the road with a big old Ukraine flag outside, and I'm like, you're a fucking moron, because it's like, you do not know the fucking global politics. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but like, pick up a fucking book or fucking, I don't know, research some shit. I'm not saying what Russia has done is good. Not here to say that. But to just assume that, like, Ukraine, oh, they're so innocent. I'm like, you're an idiot, honestly. And you should be removed from the census. That's my opinion. But anyways, when it kind of comes down to it, I'm sorry. I'm tired of the blind Ukraine support, right? And I'm also tired from the other side, people blindly supporting Russia. It's like, I don't know. Maybe they're both shitheads. I mean, why does Biden want to get involved in this in the first place? Maybe because his son had some weird affiliations. Just saying. I think that's a lot of the reasons why we're in this whole situation.
I mean, if we're going to also be fair, the Trump administration tried to strong arm Ukraine to try, hey, we'll give you some weapons if you get some dirt on our political opponent. I mean,
see, listen, I'm not disagreeing. I think they're all fucking scumbags. and that
Yeah.
we'll have that for another video. But when it kind of comes down to it, is that the problem I have is that you have the everyday person that like will not research it, like, oh, they'll be flying Ukraine flags while they're doing literally Nazi salutes while they take over and celebrate. I'm like, what bizarro world am I living in where people are like, yeah, they're the good guys, while they just like straight up are anti-Semitic and hate people.
It doesn't even make any sense that would be the salute that you put up when guys who are racially identical to you, you're driving them out. It wasn't like it was like a battalion of Jewish or black people that they got rid of. It was Ukrainians are still ethnically Russian. So you got rid of people who are genetically the same as you, and that's why you threw up the salute. That makes no sense to me. But what I would like you, Captain, to make sense of for me is we have a Biden administration that is, I guess, let's just say left-leaning. They're supposed to be understanding of progressives. How does it look that they're using billions upon billions of our tax dollars to fund the military effort of a people who seem to be pretty cool with anti-Semitism, fascism, Nazism, right? But then when it comes to other organizations that, maybe not be so left-leaning or so-called progressive, there's an outcry about that. But we're not seeing too much of an outcry about this. Why do you think that's the case, Cap?
Because people are hypocrites, quite frankly. If you do not, like, if you are not for me, yeah, then I can shout that down. But if you doing things for me, you kind of nudge, nudge, wink, wink type thing, I'll let it slide. I'll let you slide. You know what I mean? I'll let you slide, do some hateful shit, as long as you back in my pockets are supporting me on my causes. And that's what it is. And that's what the biggest problem I have with people when it comes to politics in general. These people generally just do not give a shit about you. If you think that, you're a fucking moron. Like, if you actually think, if you thought Trump cared about you, you think Biden cared about you, you think Bush cared about you, you think Clinton cared about you, I want to know what crack you're smoking so I can start taking it, because there's absolutely no way any of these politicians genuinely care about you as human beings, right? So we need to stop propping these up and like, yeah, my team, red team, my blue team. Like, no, let's call them out on the bullshit. Like, this is a complete hypocritical situation where we're supporting a regime in this military that is like full of ripe of neo-Nazis. And it's not like it's like a thing that's like, oh, it's just happened. I'm like, this was reported back in 2017, 2018. There's articles talking about this. Like, if you actually look into it, this was an issue that was known for years and years and years. But because we are not on the best side of Russia, and Biden wants to be anti-Russia, we're going to just kind of like turn a blind eye to that shit, even though documentation's been out there for about a decade about this. Just saying. And it's kind of a joke. It really is, because I think that people's own special interests are coming before the better good of the American people. And that's the sad part. On both sides of the aisle, they do it. And, I mean, like I said, long story short, they're all hypocrites. They don't really care. That's why.
Hey, man, and this is a not so friendly reminder that there are no good guys or bad guys in world politics. It's just varying shades of gray, varying smells that smell like shit. The strength of the smell of that shit varies, but they all smell like shit. Again, here, you're gonna get some cold truths
and some hot takes.
And if this is something that you are interested in watching more about, our takes on some of this bullshit, definitely hit the subscribe button. Again, we're looking to hit that 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2022.
Let's go.
And we want to see in the comments section below, are you still picking a side? If so, which side do you remain on, or which side have you switched to? Have you kind of lost interest in all of this because it's drawn out entirely too long, and they're both factions smell like shit? Let us know in the comments below. We'll catch you on the next one.